people. Let me continue to tell you a story. A force which has never stopped growing has risen over the last year. Since the beginning, our strongest roots were built on the trust and support of our entire community. The tree, which has been growing for all time, becomes taller and will never stop growing. Since the tree began its journey, stormy and windy times have blown through, but the roots of the tree were stronger than all that came up against it. Nothing could stop that tree from growing further. Be sure to see that tree grow further and be someone who can benefit from the whole fruits which that incredible tree bears. A new chapter will be written along the way.
Welcome everyone, here again with us from our office, as you saw already last time when we welcomed all of you at this day. Today, 12th of December, together with you here for our next online convention. Still online in these times, this year of 2020. We are looking forward to physical events back in 2021. We are here after last time with our biggest change and the toughest test. Today with clarity, information, what is going on and everything. It will be clear messages divided in 3 parts, the convention, and we hope that after this convention you will get this feeling what is EXW and what is EXWorld for you, what it is for us, what it is for our employees, and what we are here to do for you all for the upcoming years to come, and why we always mention these upcoming years, even though through challenges and situations which we have and we know, and we are tackling them all together as a team. Me and Pirmin here to bring this to you all together. Pirmin.
Also welcome from my side. We are now in this year in our last convention, in is the 4th convention what we make it this year, and we close this year with this convention. We have it this year a lot up and downs, but what is the most important thing to win is just to have one more up than a down. And this, you know us, since now we will every time be here and we will find this up why before we don't give up. And I wish you a really, really nice day today for our last convention, and I see you later.
As you can see, also here in our office we are ready with all our hard-working people. The growth is ongoing and never complete. Chapter 4 for you all, starting now, and I hope you enjoy.
Have fun.
Hi Manuel, great to be with you.
Hello, it's a pleasure to be here.
As you know, we have been collecting key questions that are important to our community.
Exactly. I hope that I can help you here in answering some of these questions.
So let me start with the first question. Many people are looking to understand the challenges with the liquidity and how it could come to this.
I brought some notes so that I can look into it, and it's a very fair question. And we had planned our liquidity based on past experiences, so what I would like to mention, this has never happened to us before as well. And so, but we are taking full responsibility of this situation. So there is this, what happened is like there were banks that locked our funds because of certain issues that happened and claims being done. And then the second thing, which was also harming our liquidity, was the back office, which was down with little or no volume, so no liquidity.
Sounds like it all came on top of each other. Let me get to the next question. In September, you started to pay out again, but it stopped. Why?
Exactly. In order to fill the gap of liquidity, we started already back in June to explore our options, and we found actually a good solution that this can happen in a good time frame. We didn't have the time yet, but we had a process which we started and to go into it. So with this given, this process started so that we are freeing up cash. It took longer than we expected, and this was of course unfortunately because it's out of our control and we like to be proactive in things. That's why we took our control back, so that we have to accept what happened, but we are working on that and speeding processes up.
Okay, but why did you start and stop the payouts?
The answer is a straight answer. We were too optimistic and eager to serve the needs of our community, and this has been a very expensive lesson for us, and for sure we will not repeat it.
When you say that you will not repeat it, what does that actually mean?
Well, that means that we are applying a very conservative approach in our communication to the community. We will simply not communicate things that are not in our control, which we cannot guide on and be proactive about. So we realized that this might have a disappointing effect on the community not to know as many things, but we simply believe that the trust is the key, and the trust is hard to gain and it's very easy to lose, and we are working to get this back.
So what is the current situation?
The current situation is that we are still waiting to receive the funds that have been approved by our investing partners. As I mentioned in the video that you all saw, it's when we know, you will know. So this is important. What can I say? It's also that the funds that have arrived to EXWorld will have secured the liquidity. So what this means is, like, once they arrive, EXWorld will be in a safe place again, and all the exchange will be filled up so that the community can be back to normal business days. And in the meantime, we have been working day and night preparing for the future of EXWorld.
How will this liquidation affect the future of EXWorld?
As you know, when you liquidate an investment, it means that you are not longer part of that investment anymore, at least for the amount that is liquidated. And in our case, it's that we have to accept a big loss in this project, which we are liquidating, and we are losing future earnings, but it's for the good of the community and for this that we can get back and have our exchange liquid again. So that the most positive thing here is that we had not a direct loss to the relative to the funds, which often be the case in situations like this.
What have you done to make sure that EXWorld will not end up in similar situations in the future?
This is a very good question, and of course this is probably one of the questions that the community is waiting for, because they are afraid that this might happen again. But what we have done is we went through this experience and we did two very important things: to solve the situation with a minimum damage to our investments and thereby to our community. This is one of our main things, and to make sure that we are taking the steps needed to not end up in a similar situation. Number one, we already talked about. So when it comes to the second point of securing that we are not ending up in a similar situation in the future, we have implemented and will continue to implement the steps needed. This simply means that we will constantly monitor the actual situation and adjust accordingly. And also a very important step in this is that we took on experts which are helping us in the different areas so that this is not being repeated, and they might have seen it already in other companies so that they can foresee that next time we are prepared beforehand.
Can you give me some examples of what you have done?
Sure, I can give you some example and also some changes. This is why I have some notes here so that you can, I'm very clear about what we are doing and what we are planning. So our liquidity planning relating to the different products that we offer, it's something that my partner Pirmin will be talking about more later in the program of today. About liquidity planning relating to the initial 60 days staking, this will be in the future will be 90 days, and I would like to explain why. It simply gives the company 33% more time to achieve the targeted outcome. Naturally, the clients will also have more from their staking, so we see this is a win-win situation which we evaluated. Furthermore, we are making changes to the commission structure as well and how it is paid out. In the future, you will be able to see the daily bonus accredited to your wallet, but you will only be able to have one monthly payout. This is very important, especially at this point, something that everyone should understand the power of. The challenge of planning liquidity for a company like ours is that we cannot work with funds that are not open to be withdrawn. So the consequence of this is that the funds are just sitting there and not working for profit, which is not in the interest of anyone, neither for us, neither for the community. With this new step, we will be able to utilize the fund much better, and also at the same time we will be able to serve and we will be able to study the liquidity needed by the monthly payout. And so the community can be served in the right way, how the community should be served.
Well, that sounds logical to me. But Manuel, can you tell us a little about what you are looking for when you're placing investments?
Well, basically, this is three types of investments that we have in our projects, and probably by now, in our 16 months of EXW, you know that we have an ecosystem. So we have a primary ecosystem and we have a secondary ecosystem, which we are working on, and we are looking always for short-term, mid-term, and long-term investments. Short-term is typically our trading activities where we have multiple partners allowing us to be very flexible. Mid-term are often projects that are in their final stages and needs capital to be able to reach the next level of business, which we are supporting. Here we help with the funds needed and sometimes also with actual guidance in the different processes to speed up their business. Typically, these are startups, technologies, or even running businesses which we partner with a great growth potential. So as we are here in our convention, the growth, so also partnering up with other companies and supporting them in their growth. These investments range between 1-3 years. And then we have the investments which are long-term. Long-term investments are mostly related to real estate projects or commodities. Here again, there are different kinds of investments. Some are building projects, and some are simply targeting a rental profit with a good potential of increase in value. We should decide to sell it. And later today you will see then more about our projects and about our assets in EXW.
What are you looking for in an investment?
In an investments, we are looking basically for a potential. What does it mean? Potential is a big word. Potential in the project, but also in the people running the project. So we believe in people. Here we are in people's business, so our community is our most important asset. Our community should be served the right way. So the same is with the projects. We as a company should look for potential and people to support them, so we try to apply a good skepticism and we consult with a network of professionals to make sure that we are not going in anything blindly, and that's why we took on many more consultants in our board, so that we evaluate the projects in the right way.
Thank you, Manuel.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being on here today, and I hope that I was able to clarify the questions of our community, and we will go much more into detail in this convention, which is coming up now, the next parts of it, and Pirmin will explain many things. We will explain lots of things which we are working on. There is many questions being answered in this convention, and many questions will be answered in the near future. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Greeting from Dubai, welcome to all of you with us in this great platform. My name is Leila Rahal. I am Goodwill Ambassador, President and Founder for Business Gate, and I'm Head of Protocol for an NGO association around the world. So today, it's a great pleasure really to be here. When we talk about humanity, we talk about diversity, inclusion, we talk about unity. Today, I'm glad that blockchain and businessmen that are all over the world, they put them hand to help a humanity. The humanity is an art which not everyone know how to handle and to help. So now the blockchain, it's ready to open the door to help humanity and to save lives and to do a lot of projects and to empower the children around the world. Dubai, now it's been on the front of the technology and using a lot of power to make footfall all the new idea and innovation to open the door for businessmen and investors to make it much better and easy for them. That's the future. Technology. Life after the pandemic or with the pandemic, it's more important. That's the lessons which the blockchain get the transparency to open this door and to build the bridges internationally between technology, science, innovation, creation, economy, and how to make this platform useful for everyone. Blockchain is the future. You are the future. So open the doors for all the entrepreneurs and use the blockchain to make life better. The science, technology, health, entrepreneur, and most important, technology of the blockchain is your future. Well, the technology and humanity, it's been always together because they are the human beings who create technology to support each other. But today, that creation is being a large in all worldwide, and the world has become a small village. The reason why, everything has become easy. So when we say technology, we say knowledge. And when we say knowledge, we say humanity. So they are always being together in the same level. Today, the blockchain is the savior of the humanity in all the platforms. A very good question which we have always to ask ourselves, how the blockchain will help transparency for the humanity. Of course, there is statistic, there is a way to do that blockchain. There is a people who have that great knowledge and they know how to implement it. So today the blockchain is a science, is a know how to use it. No anyone can have a blockchain easily, only the people who are in innovation and they have that way to save humanity. So be transparent, be blockchain. Well, Dubai always want to be, and it's been #1 worldwide. That's why Dubai is in the forefront. The reason why, it's everyone in Dubai making your life easy, giving you peace, and giving you also the door how to bridge yourself with others. Innovation technology in Dubai always been outsourcing and the main concern for the government. That's why Dubai is on the forefront. As entrepreneur, I've been around the world in different countries. I've seen a lot of countries just rising up and growing and changing. One of the beautiful city which I see since 2000 growing, it's Dubai. For me, it's the future. And the future today is the blockchain. The future is us. So we are the builder of the nation, and nation need rotation, and nation need economy, and nation need trust and transparency. And I think the transparency is blockchain. COVID-19, the pandemic, which people are getting scared of it. Our life, it was struggling between yes and no and scary future. But for me, that was a big challenge because I learned a lot of things with the technology. And one of that technology was, of course, of course you stop here and then. Of course, it was blockchain. They teach me a lot, great team, which I am today the guest. They let me learn the passion of blockchain. They let me know the secret of blockchain. And they teach me that blockchain today, tomorrow, after tomorrow, is the future and saver of life. Always I say diversity is humanity, unity is humanity, and blockchain now is the saver of the humanity. So we say always we have to put our hand together and to be near each other and to lift up each other and support each other and be positive, make the globe and the universe much better. So that's why we have to collaborate together with new technology, wherever it's blockchain or other technology. Then we are here, we have a mission, we have a goal, we have a destination to reach. And I think my dream, I'm soon reaching it with blockchain. Thank you to all my friends. Thank you to this company, which is making really the team feeling a family. For me, blockchain, it was a good lesson for life, and I learned a lot. Wherever you are, whom you are, from where you are, which nationality, which religion, which color skin, rich or poor, be humble. Be sure that there is a red carpet for you and that it will be blockchain.
Hello, good day for everyone, good day all members. This is Ammar from EXW Kuwait. There is a lot of opportunities for more members to come over and to join us, as well as we do all the infrastructure and all the setup for the legal paperworks. I'm happy to meet all of you. I'm happy to do this for all of you, and I'm looking forward to have it soon for all the members. Thank you very much, and we'll keep in touch very soon.
Hello, EXW community. My name is Stephen Rowe. I'm the General Manager of the Real Estate Asia. I have been with EXW for over a year now, almost since the very beginning. As the situations globally improve, our opportunities here in Asia will multiply. And also, with an additional focus on networking and expanding our community, the opportunities are massive. You will all see this.
Wonderful good day. Welcome to the family of EXW Gambia Capital Limited. My name is René Schwarze. I welcome you all to the best family in the world for the cryptocurrencies. We are the first company in the Gambia who set up a company for cryptocurrencies and much more than this.
My name is David. I'm a legal consultant for EXW in Africa. Currently, this is our office in Kenya.
Hello everyone, my name is Stella Nasuna and I'm the director of EXW Uganda office. Well, I'm here to say something brief about Uganda and about EXW. Well, the first question is, what is EXW for me as a person, as Stella here? As an individual, EXW is everything I need for a successful and contented life.
We have a clear plan for a strong and sustainable future. Welcome to our part 2 here today, and I want to bring you closer our vision and our mission. Vision needs to be something very clear. So our vision is, which was never very clearly stated. So it's important to pass on from us to you, that you also know what we are working on very hard every day. Our vision is to help 100,000 families to be financially free, to get them to financial freedom and help 1 million people into the transition, the new economy, to help them with the transition into the new economy. This is our clear vision, and with clear numbers and goals which we want to achieve in the next years. Our mission stays the same since the beginning. Our mission is to connect the old with the new. We don't like the word revolution. We don't like big changes which disrupt and all of these words of disrupting technologies and all. We think that we need to co-live with this what we have. The old needs to live with the new. And this is what we are trying to bring to the masses and to the people. Stability and transparency are the foundations of this. About stability, I tried to answer before in our interview the questions, how we are approaching this, how we are working and coming along and working about stability. About transparency, the most important is communication, which is the key to massive growth. And we have a clear communication strategy. Lots of you, I know, they might be disappointed by the last months and the way we handle communication. But this was the reason, because also lots of experts suggested to us that we have to turn it down. We have to get back to a clear strategy, to get to the fundamentals right. And once fundamentals are right, then there will be communication. Also, as you know, we had the weekly newsletter, and sometimes it was very tough to have news every week. So what do we send in the newsletter? It was just a question, okay, we need to send out the newsletter, but it was not so relevant and people were not looking forward to it. So also this we trimmed down to one newsletter every month. Every month, so it will be together, it will be the informations, it will be the projects, and it will be more and more. We will try now the next weeks and months to decide upon the single projects which you will see further today and our assets in the company, and to explain you and have experts, managers of the project, tell you about it and explain you what it is all about and why they are cooperating or partnering up with EXW. We have a clear strategy in what we are going to do in 2021. Why we are here and why we are not going anywhere. I know that you have heard this sentence so many times by now, and I don't want to get into this too much. I just want to get into this, that behind doors we know what we are doing. We have experts that are consulting us. We are preparing and putting all together with the most important thing, which are fundamentals and the base for the next years to come. We have the technology ready as well. What I mean by this and why I'm emphasizing a little bit on it is because you know all the issues which our platform had and still have. So our platform, there are things missing, things are not working properly. So what we are doing right now is that for all our community, we are sustaining and supporting and securing this platform to have it in a secure way so that you can go on and use it as much as possible. But meanwhile, already since some time, there is being a new platform prepared and you can look forward to it in 2021. The same as also the apps which were announced and we spoke about them and why they are so special as well. You can look for it in 2021. I'm allowed to announce one very important thing for you all. We have a clear strategy, as I said. So what does this mean? Today is the 12th of December and our fourth convention, chapter 4. After our journey began, and the name of our first convention was The Journey Begins. We want to be the company as a mentor for all of you, for our community. We got into the rise of the eagles during pandemic and COVID. We were not allowed to do our event in Dubai as we wished. So we had to do it online with lots of experts and people that we have being interviewed. And then we got on the 5th of August, the 1 year of EXW, and we are here. We got the biggest change and the toughest test. Just to come here 16 months since EXW was born, we are here with the growth convention and bringing this to you. What does growth mean? Growth means to learn, study every day, getting a little bit better every day. Every day you can get a little bit better, and this is what we are doing with EXW. You will see in our part 3 what I mean by this. With the support of our amazing team, which I also want to thank because they're working every day very hard for you, for our amazing community. And this, what I want to announce, is the next event will be a key leadership event. It will be by invitation only, and it will be mid-January. The exact dates will be announced, and the invitations will go out before Christmas to specific leaders and people which will be invited to Dubai, not for fun, but for insight into the company, to get back this trust which we harmed and which we want to build upon, to gain confidence and trust. We want to get into this transition away from hype, but into something which is trust, and getting to something essential which we want to find. I had a very interesting discussion with one of our new members and working on our branding, and it was so insightful that it was working, and he said this sentence which stayed in my brain since then. And he said to me, Manuel, you know, at the end of the day, since 5,000 years, Neanderthalers, all today, at the end of the day, everyone wants to sit around the campfire and tell stories. And this is what we want to do. We are trying to tell the story of EXW and bringing to you as our community, and bring you a clear strategy, communication and platform with lots of products and projects that we want to be able, that you are part and you are taking part of it. Thank you very much for this, and for our second part, and all the people behind the scenes which are making this possible, that we come up with all of these new and amazing videos all the time. And looking forward to the next event, which you will be revealed later in our convention. Thank you very much.
So hello to everyone. Now from the community part, from the network part, from my side. Today, to start this conversation, let's go back. Let's go on the idea what we have on the beginning, and let me explain, or let's share with me my emotions, or my visit point, what I see these years, what was good, what was not so good, what will change, what we will make it different. There are some small points with which I will discuss to you today. But the most important thing is to understand what I saw on what I tell you on the beginning on my first video. You know what is our mission, you know what we want from the network marketing. We want to create a company where we go back to the roots. For this reason, also our company's name from the network, we will call Back to the Roots. We call it already Back to the Roots. It's already ready, but this you will see next time. And why? Why is this so important? And there I explain you, maybe some of you already saw my first video and you saw my interview, what I make it in this time where I was in Marbella to the beginning, from where we have it the first leadership, and in then this period we say was a long street. And you saw also that we start with a system, what we call it CSO, like military, and what you see it right now was failed. I told you on the beginning that this is a project. We will be transparent, we will be open with you, we will share. We need the help from the community. But it was not so working how we think it. For this reason, we change it right now. But you see it every time we go forward. And I think this is the most important thing. To understand all these kind of things, to understand the rules of network marketing, I don't have to speak with you. You know as a community, and you know also, you see it in this time where 2020 was a really hard time, not just for our company, I think for a lot of companies. And now you see in which world we are. We are really in the world of the digitalization, and for this reason is more important than ever to have it a really long-term network marketing company, to show to the peoples, to push away this bad meaning what the people's having outside about network marketing. Why, you know, when you speak about what you are working, what you are doing, I make my own business, the people just doing like this. But of course there is a reason why they do this. Well, many companies coming into this world and living again. And this is our mission, to change it, to show to the world there is a real company, there is a possibility for you. For this reason, again, I told you again, is really important to make something different, and we will achieve this goal for sure. And what we change in, or what we make it different? The different with us is every time the same. We work with the peoples together. In our community, there the peoples are not just numbers, they are peoples, and we see it like this. And I think this was the last years of the network marketing was lost, and also this we will bring back to the roots. Also this we will bring back. Why? On the beginning of network marketing area, just go back, we can go back now, 1972 was the start of Amway. When you look it back on this area time, the people speaking together. Today, of course, we have the technique. Today we have the digitalization, but what is going missing? The social aspect. The people don't speaking with them together. They sitting, one sitting here, one sitting here, and they text via WhatsApp. They don't speak anymore. And this is also something where you have to be careful. Why? We are humans, and humans need other humans, that you feel well, that you can be happy. And everything in the life just work with love. This is something what I heard yesterday from the guy, from our Adriano, what he told me. The most important thing in the life is amore, is love. He's from Italy. You know them, you know him also. For this reason I say this, but this was something what's going into my brain and what start to make me thinking again. For this reason I told you. And I see it, not I see it, I saw it already, and we started already at my mission, and we will end this mission. I see it to my biggest mission, what I have it from my life, to bring this baby to the street. And how I told you, we will bring this baby on the street, and we will get our name. Why? When we are here, the whole world will speak about us. The whole world will speak about EXW, and the whole network marketing industry will speak about us. Why? Why we did it different. Why we look into the peoples. Why we make it together with the community. And this is already the changing. Just remember this. And now I come to the facts. I don't will speak anymore, but for me was really important that we go back to, that you remember what was our mission, or what was the goal what we will make with network marketing from the beginning. For this reason also, again, back to the roots. Our main points what we will changing is to having how we thought the long term business from network marketing is we will make the daily calculation, but the payouts we will just make it monthly. Not every day that you can pay out, every month you can make the payout. Like in a normal traditional business, you know, each month you get your salary, and we will do this with the payouts. We will make monthly payouts. The second point what we're changing to, what is also an important point, what we need to calculate, what we need to work it also to as a company, as EXW, is we will not more lock 60 days, we will lock it in the future for 90 days. And that's, I think, are the biggest changes what we will make in network marketing, or what we will make for our community, what we will do with EXW. All the rest you will see on the new year, while there on January the 1st, we will making a leadership event here, where the leaders come together, where we bring all this, what I told you already many times, all these tutorials, what we prepare it right now, but there was a lot of changes for this reason, is still growing. This we will prepare for you, and we will show you everything. But for today, you will be excited when you see EXW in a new light, when you see EXW with a new face, and get tuned why the future will be ours. I wish you again a nice convention, and have a nice day, and we see us soon. Again, your Birmin. Bye.
Get a little bit more specific about my future vision of the Real Estate Cloud Asia for EXW. Currently, all of our architectural designs have been submitted to the land department for the EXW Mandarin Ocean View condominiums. We're going through that process to get the construction permit, to get the condominium license, that we can thereby legally market and sell that project. Which we could be offering it to individual community members, as well as part of the Real Estate Cloud portfolio, generating revenue each and every year for participants in the Real Estate Cloud from our community. From there, we also can go back to our beautiful pool villas, if it so warrants. But I have been working over these last 6 to 8 months extensively, talking to hotels, 5-star hotels, and villa projects and condominium projects, all which are completely distressed. Many hotels in the mid-range may never open again here in Phuket. So I have developed a travel protocol from beginning all the way through, from the testing and flights to accommodations, to excursions, to doing property management, to doing co-developing projects. There are so many opportunities to choose from, and we, in our position, can be very selective of which projects we go with or which hotels we support. But we will be placing the EXW flag on many places, not only in Phuket, throughout Thailand, and from that platform be able to expand to other nations around Asia. The possibilities are amazing, they're endless. We're waiting, of course, for the borders to reopen and a more influx of people to really pin down some of these other projects and properties that want to do business with us. And then accordingly, we design the agreements that will be most beneficial to the EXW community. I'm excited, extremely excited. It's hard now, but as they say, it's always darkest before the dawn, but the light is coming. There are many situations that are going to improve how the world is, especially from a travel perspective, and the demand for Phuket across the globe for people who want to come, who would do almost anything to be able to come and stay in Phuket. Well, it's economics. It's supply and demand. We have the supply, but the demand is going to drive the travel protocols and ease the restrictions. So within 2021, at our first or second convention, we will have some very, very amazing things to report. And I really look forward to being here to tell you about that, or being there and actually doing a real convention like we did in Wiesbaden and in Bangkok in October of 2019. Things will get better, things will get great. Let's all stick together and see this through. We'll come out of it much stronger than we went into it. Thank you very much for your time. It has been a pleasure talking to you. God bless. Everybody stay safe, and hope you and your family are safe and healthy. Aloha.
Yes, good evening. My name is George Sebastiao, CTO and advisor within EXW, and it's a pleasure to be with you today to discuss some of the latest advancements in blockchain. We have spent some time together during our last presentation where we covered blockchain in quite a great deal of detail, both the risks, the values, and the rewards. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about the new disruptions and enhancements that have been introduced in the blockchain world. More specifically, I'm going to be talking a little bit about DeFi and CBDC, or central bank digital currencies. Both of them are unique innovations in the blockchain space. As you know, blockchain is a unique technology. It's a technology that allows us to introduce a new set of digital assets,
and it allows us to classify them and use them in our everyday life. We can say that blockchain is a major disruptive technology. The disruption that is being introduced by blockchain allows us to be much more agile in our transfer of trust transactions. One example, we had some real estate transactions and where one of the islands in Dubai was bought by a Bitcoin. This island cost about $8 million. We have also an example from the UK in which a 6-story mansion was bought for 17 million pounds, again paid by cryptocurrencies. So all this is being possible today because blockchain is a technology as important as the internet revolution was 30 years ago. It is a technology of trust, and this allows us to transfer trust between two parties. As I mentioned before, blockchain is composed primarily of two types of blockchain, what we call public blockchains like Bitcoin or Ethereum or other popular blockchains. And we have obviously private blockchains, and these include things like Ripple, Hyperledger, etc. Each one is used based on the business and the use case that is important. What is really important today in blockchain is the kind of use cases that we have driven forward or to the forefront. Many of the use cases initially focused just on currencies, or sometimes we call digital or cryptocurrencies. But blockchain has evolved dramatically from just being cryptocurrencies by having the capabilities of things like, for example, smart contract. By the introduction of smart contract technologies, gave the birth to what we know today as DeFi. DeFi stands for distributed finance. So what is really DeFi? DeFi is the capability to create, using the Ethereum blockchain, an ecosystem that enables us to create like a digital bank or a neobank, as we sometimes refer to. And this neobank or digital bank allows us to establish through distributed network, trust and transparency, and create new synthetic assets and then transfer these synthetic assets. More important, this digital bank allows us to earn interest. As you know, in the early days of Bitcoin, you simply hold on to Bitcoin and you hope that Bitcoin appreciate in value, or Ethereum coins. However, in the neobank or DeFi world, we can actually stake our coins or our tokens. So that means we put or lock these tokens for a period of time, and then we can earn things like, for example, interest. So it's like we're loaning these tokens or coins to somebody else, and they make use of these coins to generate revenues, and at the end they share a percentage of these revenues with us. That enables us to use what we sometimes call in our environment proof of stake, and this introduces a major disruption in the financial industry. How much disruption? If we go back just about 1 month or 2 months ago, DeFi reached a market cap between 16 and 18, almost $19 billion. So that really means DeFi was growing at 2 times the rate every 2 months. So this major market cap created major disruption. So that means if we look at a traditional exchange like Binance that has existed for the last few years, it ended up being disrupted by a distributed exchange, what we sometimes call a DEX. And one of these examples of DEX is something known as Uniswap. So Uniswap went from not existing a few months ago to have over a $2 billion market cap within a short period of time. However, not everything is always well in this DeFi world. Like in the old blockchain world, we sometimes have hacks or we have operational risks. Some bugs, for example, in the smart contract code, introduce risk in DeFi because it is the smart contract that operates the entire DeFi operation. So if there is bugs or vulnerabilities in this code, we have seen a few cases that tokens have gone from a very high value to a very low value within a short period of time. So that really means that today we need to operate in a much more solid way. So what do? We need to do audits of these smart contracts. And by doing this, we lower the operational risk. Today, there is a second risk associated with DeFi projects, and that is typically the cost of the transactions. When the Ethereum network is congested, the cost of the transactions tends to go up. But there is good news to that. And the good news is that we are introducing Ethereum 2.0. And in Ethereum 2.0, which was recently launched, we see much lower transaction costs. The third area of issues with DeFi is scalability. Sometimes DeFi projects are too successful within a short period of time, and they cannot obtain the necessary resources from the network. Some example of these resources could be records in a traditional database that could be hosted in Amazon or Google Cloud. So if you run out of space in those databases, you sometimes create downtime in this DeFi system. However, we're making improvements, and as we move forward, DeFi is becoming much more solid. So that means we need to introduce better monitoring and alerting in a DeFi world. We also need to introduce a more mature stack. And as we introduce this more mature stack of APIs, DeFi will get much better. So how do we actually make DeFi better? One of the important aspects about DeFi is that it's creating synthetic assets. Synthetic assets are digital assets that only exist in the real world. However, if we want to introduce even more value to DeFi, we have to tie the DeFi digital assets with the physical assets that we have. Example of physical assets could be gold, could be real estate. What happens when we take DeFi assets and we tie them either with real estate or gold? That means now we have asset-backed tokens. So this gives a much more stable value to those tokens. So this could be real estate, could be art, or could be gold or other commodities. So this introduces a much more flexible and much more valuable set of DeFi tokens. We have done some examples of this in local projects. One example is we have established real estate tokenization projects in Bahrain, just next door to Dubai. What we actually do when we do real estate tokenization? As you know, real estate has been around with us for many years, and typically one of the key documents in real estate is what is known as the title deed. The title deed is the paper document that we have that determines to whom the property belongs, or the real owner of this property, and the size and the demarcation of the property. What we do when we do tokenization of these assets, we're creating a digital version of this title deed. And the advantage of creating tokens against this title deed is not just about digitalizing the title deed, it's about how we give flexibility to the ownership. When we have a single title deed, there can only be one owner. If, however, we do tokenization, we can have multiple owners of the same title deed. And what we call this is known in the industry as fractional ownership. Fractional ownership enables us to have a portion ownership of that title deed. What does this really mean? That really means it increases the accessibility and the ownership of these assets. So for example, if you were going to buy a house or an apartment, maybe you have to put a substantial down payment deposit, maybe $50,000 or $100,000. However, in a DeFi world where we have real estate tokenization, you might be able to buy $100 or 100 dirhams worth of real estate assets. If this real estate asset goes up, so do your tokens in direct proportion to the value of that real estate. So the concept of fractional ownership within DeFi and within real estate or asset tokenization is extremely important. We cannot just do it with real estate. We can do it with other stable assets, gold, diamonds, or valuable assets. So when I transfer these tokens to somebody else, I'm actually transferring a portion of the ownership of the real asset. More important than that, we can also list this asset in exchanges, either in centralized or in the case of DeFi, decentralized exchanges. So it allows a much wider accessibility, but also a much wider liquidity in those tokens. That means if tomorrow I need to go do some purchase, I could easily sell a portion of the tokens that I own and I can use them for traditional purchases using, for example, debit cards, a Visa or MasterCard. That really means for DeFi to be successful, we need to have also proper licensing and legal jurisdiction, because typically most DeFi projects today exist only in the blockchain space. However, when we take this blockchain space and we take the regulatory space and we combine the two together, we achieve much better recognition. That really means we can introduce more important concepts like, for example, KYC, which is sometimes known as Know Your Own Customer. And we avoid problems known as anti-money laundering, which means that we introduce financial amounts into the system that have been obtained from illegal usages. So this makes the system even more trusted and more acceptable to the financial community. So in this entire new ecosystem, we have blockchain, we have tokenization, we have DeFi, we have smart contracts, all playing an important role to achieve a complete ecosystem. This enables us to create a much better blockchain and DeFi solution. A second example of a use case that goes beyond DeFi is what we call in the industry CBDC. CBDC stands for Central Bank Digital Currencies. Central bank digital currencies is kind of a public-private partnership that enables us to issue, instead of traditional paper currencies, digital currencies. And these digital currencies are not like Ethereum or Bitcoin, which are not really owned by a government. Now they are backed by a government institution. However, when we use CBDCs, that means we simplify greatly our payment systems. As you know, the traditional banks that we have used in the past have a very monolithical approach towards payment systems. That means they are the center of attention. When we go towards tokenized or a digital currency-based payment system, the customer becomes the focus. That means you are in control of your own digital wallet. You are the most important customer. Well, you are the owner of the assets. And the banks or the DeFi contracts are only part of the ecosystem to actually add additional value to the entire solution. But what is really important for CBDCs to be successful? On one side, it is important to have good connectivity, because at the end of the day, when we look at today's mobile, this becomes your new digital wallet. So you are always connected. It is completely digitalized. So that means we no longer carry a wallet. The mobile becomes your wallet. We have regulatory frameworks. This regulatory frameworks enables this currency to be accepted by various financial institutions, by payment networks, and to get some credibility. We need to also introduce things like education and awareness for consumer behavior, so we improve the quality of the services being delivered by these CBDCs. And finally, we need to measure the overall impact of the solution as we move forward. So at the end of the day, this new revolution of DeFi and CBDC is going to introduce major changes in the way we actually use finance today. You're going to be using it in a completely digital way. Is this the only important technology that participates in this? No. There's many other technologies that add extra value to this solution. One example is cloud computing. The other one is 5G networks for high connectivity speed. Another one is mobile improvements. Another one would be IoT technology. This enables us to have digital wallets based on sensor technology, proximity technology. So this allows us to create what we sometimes call in the industry frictionless payments. When you put your mobile next to the payment reader, it automatically transfers the necessary amounts between your digital wallet and the point of sale device, and it makes the usability factor much better. It does not have to be necessarily IoT based. We may use camera based technology. In this case, we will use things like QR codes, and QR codes achieve pretty much the same functionality where other technologies like IoT proximity is not available. The only important aspect associated with all the technologies that I've described today is that we are creating a system that introduces much better trust, a system that introduces much better inclusion for everyone, and a system that is much more accessible. That means you can participate in this solution with smaller amounts and get benefits from the network as you move over time. It has been an extreme pleasure to be with you today and to introduce these new technologies. If you want to read further or get more awareness, we have a series of online courses or implementation guides that take you further in the use of blockchain, CBDC, and DeFi or distributed finance technology. It has been a pleasure to be with you today. My name is George Sebastião, CTO and advisor of EXW, and it will be a pleasure to see you and connect with you online. Thank you very much.
My name is Pablo Fantur, I'm 21 years old and I'm working for EXW since September 2019. And I received this call and he offered me the possibility to work for a new startup and they needed a translator. My mother is from Spain, so my mother language is Spanish, and I speak also German and Slovenian, English and Italian. There was so much experience that I never had that I decided to just leave the university besides and focus on this startup and be a part of it and build it from the first day on, because I knew that this was going to be a very, very huge thing for the future.
My name is Nika and I'm a receptionist in EXW. EXW for me is trust, confidence and opportunity. I love to work with EXW because this company is not simple and not standard. It is a company which cares, and this company is running extra mile every day and it really motivates you.
Hi, my name is Florian and I'm working at EXW in marketing and IT. And I love EXW because EXW is like a family. We go through good and go through hard times all together, and that's the nice thing on EXW, and I'm sure that we together are changing so many people's life in future, and that's our aim, and for that I'm working in EXW.
Hi, my name is Anne. I'm from Thailand. I'm working here as a personal assistant to Manuel. EXW for me is the trust company that secure our client financial freedom from today to the future.
Hello everyone, this is Giulio Gagliano. I am in EXW from the beginning, so it's from 1 year till today. I started like Chief Marketing Operation, and now I am the manager of IT department and all the projects that related on EXW. And I'm so glad to be on EXW. That for me is like a family. We have a big community, and we are all together here for help our community to grow and start the revolution of blockchain.
My name is Patrick Batista. I'm the brother of Manuel Batista. That's the main reason why I'm here in this company called EXW, because I want to support him through everything and every kind of things which is needed. And mainly I'm in EXW for the marketing, for the IT stuff, and every other aspects in which I can help and improving the peoples here in this company. I'm here for it. EXW for me is something special and unique which the world has never seen, because EXW is to improving and changing people's life, not just financially, because everyone is talking about financial goals and about their financial freedom. EXW is really changing people's educational life and to bring the world the knowledge which is needed to really making an impact and to change it.
So in my opinion and the things that I experienced, the company itself is making the focus on the individual people all around the world. Just for example, we have projects in Latin America or in Africa where we are trying to make the life for the people better, and that's far beyond any other focus of other companies I have ever seen.
I'm really proud to be a part of this company, and I think big things are coming, so I want to see what is going to happen in the future, and I really believe in this company.
The nice thing of working in EXW is that, like all my colleagues are like family. We can solve all our problems together, but also besides the work and also in the meeting we have always nice discussions, and we try to find for every problem solutions together and bring them to you.
The best part to work with EXW is because the energy of young, creative and supportive from our team, that we working with fun, happiness and kindness. It is the base of how we are create the idea. What we have put to the idea to the table is all necessary.
The future of EXW is absolutely gorgeous. For sure it will be a company that will stay on the story of blockchain and cryptocurrency, because we want really to inform, to educate, to train the person for on the blockchain industry and leave everyone be freedom with their money.
For me, EXW is a company that has the potential and also will be a global player in the area of digitalization. All the products that we will need as humans for the future, virtual reality, education, we will be a very, very big player in this fields. And I also say this because at the moment the world is changing dramatically. So we all know about the current situation, and EXW is going to bring some new air to maybe people that lost their hopes and don't know how to continue. And for me, positive thinking is one of the main reasons that EXW can bring to you and to everyone for the future, because the future will be great and it will be also very nice for all of us.
EXW, I see in the future as a main competitor for such huge companies in the world, because EXW has such a big shape of projects under his field, and EXW is really going to the moon, because EXW has all the value and all the knowledge which is needed to making this impact which we are trying to bring near to the peoples and really to changing people's life. And that's the reason why I see EXW will be one of the main companies around the globe in such, I think in the next years you will hear all speaking about EXW and the projects which EXW carries under those specially ecosystems.
After this one, very short, this time concrete convention, online convention for you all. We are here, me and Pirmin. I hope you heard and got some of your answers, and lots of answers I know which you're waiting for, you will get on our next convention. It's called The Reveal of Our World. Our world will be revealed to you. Right now, we are 16 months old. We are working hard. Every month, hardly every day, our guys and girls, they're working hard for you all. And we are preparing, working, everything so to be revealed to the whole world. What do you say, Pirmin?
There, I think it's no word needed again. You see, everything is going on the right direction. We make it a lot of work for the community outside, and you know, my part is the community, and we do it with love, we do it with heart. Why we see EXW not just as a project, we see EXW, how we thought on the beginning, like a family. And I think you see it right now. We know there the questions, we get a lot of information, but how was the Capítulo of this event? The growth will never end. We will every time growing, there will every time coming new things, and we will every time going forward. And this was from my side. I hope you enjoy it, and we see us soon next year in 2021.
Thank you very much. We are a family, EXW family. Thank you to all. See you next year, 2021.
than last year has now become even more precious. And those people who continue to believe in us will see the sun rising from the top of the mountain. The peak of the mountain has not yet been reached, but the peak isn't the limit. We want to change more than just people's lives. We're gonna make an impact which no one has made before. We will all be more than legends. The next chapter which rises to the next levels of our world. So, be sure to be ready and be part of not just something special, but something unique, which the world has never ever seen before. Be part of this incredible journey, which will change the world. See every one of you at our next big event.